Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah, I'm here again trying to speak to you people, your friendly neighborhood Muslim Taalib Pugh, aka Theodore Pugh Jr. I'm here this morning, early in the morning, of course, after my early prayer, first morning prayer of the day. Um, just been thinking and expounding and, you know, reflecting on things and how things have been going. Prior, of course, to the COVID-19 crisis that's still going on until, of course, a rise of the crisis that's been going on since slavery for African Americans or descendants of African slaves, however you want to put it, black people. Everybody has their own understanding. Some people feel they're more of different nationality because they've been mixed with other nationalities. That's so be it. But of course, when you are considered in this country, as far as the way you look and the color of your skin, they will call you black, or they will call you the N word. Um, they will call you spick. They will call you ching. And this is from those who are racist at the highest hilt that has ever been known in our times as the white supremacist racists. And being that this country, America, which some of you might have seen in some of my posts, I've used the term, and it's not just me; others have used the term America KKK. And what this means, it's not to just to insult the country at it, of what this country is, but how it has been built, and what the foundation that it's been built on. And KKK is a well-known representation of racism and white racist racism, because other races have racism within them as well. I can't leave that out. And of course, me being Muslim, I don't I don't uh, put myself in a position to be racist, and so I have to make sure that I keep that together. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, as you can see, this is me now. But the thing is that I have like two solutions to the problem to make the story as short as I can. And this is what my basic message is to you this morning, is to expound yourself and reflect on the things and really think about where you stand and what's going on in your life, and where you stand. What are you going to do about this these things that are going on and what's going on around you, for yourself and for your loved ones? For me, ultimately, like I said, I have two. I can only really like sum up two right now. I don't really want to put a whole lot out there because these videos, you don't want to put them so long anyway. But like one thing is that what this country was founded on by those who claim to be the leaders or that claim to be the forefathers of this country, and all that foolishness and mess. And I say that not to insult anybody's beliefs in that and what they feel. Okay, fine, you feel that way, and you, especially you being a white person, and descendant of these people, you're going to hold that to your heart, or you so-called being an American, because there are black Americans, Hispanic Americans, all different types of Americans that uphold that belief in the forefathers and all that. And I don't, because they were not men of full righteous structure and humanity, humaneness, that they upheld the rights of all, because they didn't. And if slavery was founded and they were involved in that, then how can they be my forefather? They're not my forefather. A forefather is one that upholds the life, and are the person who makes the legacy of the people who come behind them. And for African American people, as you can see, or people of color, we don't have that. We don't have that here. We don't have the rights upheld. Our lives aren't valued. The whole nine. To get into the whole spiel of it, it is not enough time to. Plenty of people are doing that in their marches and protests and all, and that's not my solution. And there's a lot of people who think like me that the solution to all this issue of going out and marching and protesting, and then the worst of it is mayhem and a form of anarchy, burning and looting. That's a form of anarchy. That's not anything good and beneficial to the people to raise them up out of their condition. First of all, as me as a Muslim, as is known in our faith, Allah does not continue to change the condition of a people until they change that's within themselves. That's a clear precept that comes from the Quran, comes from Allah, comes from the Prophet's understanding as well, and his guidance. This is what we supposed to know. This is what we supposed to do, especially as Muslims. And for us to be not going upon that, trying to straighten yourself out first and make yourself better, a better human being, and a better citizen in your country and what have you, and being able to contribute with that good. How you see yourself out there going and burning and looting is as being that type of person. You're just making it worse, and you're just taking advantage of the dysfunction at the time, because the people who enforce the laws are not really under control, because they lost control, because they fell, and then the people started falling with them as well and going crazy. It doesn't make sense. So that anybody who supports that has a warped understanding of what is justice. That's not justice, and that's not the way to get justice. But basically, again, to the point, my basic feeling is that we wasn't given any of the rights here from the get-go, from the beginning. We weren't given any of these things. And we fought. Different leaders, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, people died for the cause and civil rights and all that. And I don't put it as far as a disrespect to say that what they did wasn't right or didn't have any bearing, but they were stopped, and there was no major success. It's still, I mean, look at African American to say first. I'm not going to talk about the other nationalities that are of color, right? Because the main focus is on us. We're the main ones at the bottom of the totem pole that get killed and get beaten, get harmed in this society. But we also do the harming to ourselves. Look at the communities, the gangster lean, the thuglin life, the ratchet mentality, this ghettoized mentality, and that way of that continues perpetuates. And even when you're given knowledge, like people who come from belief and try to teach the people, they come with an attitude like, nigga, B, please get out my face. I don't want to hear all that stuff. I ain't, I'm trying to get this money, or I'm trying to do this, or man, get out my face, or da 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 da. And you flipping out on the person, ready to put them in the ground because they trying to tell you what's right. They trying to show you the correct way, but all you have is that anger and evil sense of influence that you have learned as a learned behavior as you grew up in this society here, and you allowed it to take you over. And this is how I'm speaking to these people. You have allowed yourself to fall into that gap, that which your oppressors and your racist perpetrators that have put you in, you have allowed them to put you in. So then there is no change, because you're not trying to change your condition. So this is like a never-ending battle. This is a never-ending battle. Those who perpetuate drug usage and put their hands up in the air, now they get tricked because marijuana, the likes of marijuana, is being legalized. So now your mentality of drugs and usage becomes even more an openness for you, just like homosexuality and lesbianism and all that. Now everybody's coming out the closet and feeling good to be able to do anything, and that not even care about the repercussions, because Allah has sent down the repercussions. The Creator has sent down the repercussions. He has spoken to the people who are the believers and let y'all know and let us know what is good and what is not good for us. Because why? He's the creator of us. He put us here. He put every human being here. He put everything, rock, stone, grain of sand, ant, elephant, whatever, the hugest animal to the smallest animal, microscopicness or whatever, universe, stars, planets, whatever. He placed this into creation, into existence. So he knows it. And we keep denying it because, well, you atheist? Okay. Keep being a disbeliever, that's on you. So then when you find out and it's too late, then it's on you. At the end of the day, you did not change your condition. Everything that happens to us is by our own first, and then the people who Allah allows to do what they do to us. Slavery came to be because of how the people were before the slavery came to be. Allah wouldn't allow those people to do what they did to our people. And the Native Americans lost their land due to what they did or what they were doing that was displeasing to Allah. One main thing that I've said in a lot of my videos, and I try to perpetuate and show strong, like Abraham did to his people, all the prophets did to their people that are of monotheism, is that shirk, which means uh, uh, belief in Allah as not believing in Allah as one, believing in Allah with partnership, polytheism, as you want to say it, is put it in a better sense, as far as to understand that you worshiping other than Allah is a hated thing by Allah. It's the worst sin by Allah. And then disbelief is after and within that same equality, or as far as it being a very, very bad sin and hated, to not even to believe in Allah. So when we see the evils that perpetuate and still continue to exist in our societies, and we feel that we're going to be trying to do better and build ourselves up. No, because in the beginning it didn't start like that, and we're still not in that position that we're supposed to be with ourselves. We're still doing the same things. We're not changing our condition. So number one, for me to change my condition, I know that to be able to have a better way is that I got to change my condition. But also part of changing my condition is changing my environment. Just like a person on drugs, that person on drugs has been continually destroying themselves. And in order for them, and within the environment they was influenced to do it. That's what was going on. So now they got to change that. They got to change that. They try to change their condition and stop doing what they was doing, but get out of that environment that which it is influencing them to destroy themselves. So let alone if somebody's destroying you and you're not even really trying to destroy yourself, but you're trying to get up and build yourself up and be better, but you still have this person and these individuals are still trying to bring you down and destroy you. Why do you want to stay with them? Why do you want to live with them and remain with them? So this is my position, and the first solution is to remove yourself from them. So many prophets, so many people, so many different nations of people remove themselves from their oppressors to be able to have freedom, to be able to live better. Not to live perfectly, because perfectly is after this life and hereafter, if those of you believe. But on a sense of social level, if you're being massacred or you're being killed and oppressed in a society that you live within, those people try to remove themselves and get out of there and run away. They leave. Not that it's because they're punks and this and that and all that foolishness that somebody want to put out there. Or don't be a punk or don't give up. You're scared. No, it's not. It's being smart. It's knowing when you cannot win. And I'm not afraid to be able to say that. I know because Allah said it. We're not going to win at a certain point in time. This is revelation that we know, and some of you might not know because you're not believers or you're not strong believers or you're not Muslim. But in Islam, it's been revealed to us the things that are taking place right now and what was going to happen to us. And we have to remove ourselves. It's make hijrah. For as far as for the Muslims especially, we should know better. You have to make hijrah to the land of Muslims, to the land of the people that are better in the sense of their life and living. Not in a sense society like this. It's continuously going down. And it's going to get worse before it gets better. Believe it. If you don't believe in Allah, believe that. Believe the reality that you're living in. At least, because that's how the prophet did. All the prophets, they believed in Allah, but they looked at the things that were in the reality around them to be able to make the changes and know what needed to be changed and how to apply when Allah gave them their guidance, how to apply it to these things that were going on. That's the best position for a human being, and why he should be a believer of Allah. That's one of them, because the guidance that you given from Allah, when you are dealing with what you're dealing in your society, you know how to apply it, that is going to benefit it, and it's going to be productive, and it's going to make real change, because Allah knows how to change us. He knows how to change our condition. He's waiting for us to come to him so we can get it. He's going to give us the blueprint. But we keep denying, we keep um, disbelieving, or being weak and wanting to give into our own ways and how we think and in our emotions, and go out there and go crazy, and then we get ourselves killed. No, it's not going to change. This is going to stay the same until Allah says, you change your condition, then I will change your condition. You work to change your condition. We have to work to change our condition. And the one person, like again I said, is leaving out of here. And the best place to go is where you are known to be what you were before you came here. And that was African. And if you were from other countries, and Latin, Latino, whatever, you still have a background of African descent, this is where you at. This is where you go. It's a continent, and it's a place that is of so many facets of growth and opportunities, economically, geographically, for new development, health wise, for with agriculture being the part of the way to better health, because they're starting to learn how to become more understanding and knowledgeable in agriculture, that it and the type of agriculture that is organic based, that's plant based, that which will help people better, because this is the diet of that which Allah placed for us to help heal ourselves, is from plants, is from the earth, that people are starting to do in this country in a high level trend, and still, combating with it, because of course the medical field is at the top when it comes to influences and what they feel that we should be using to heal ourselves, which we never do. It just stunts that which is bothering us for a little while, holds it back until it fully takes over, like cancer, and kills us. And you have other etc. benefits in the motherland in Africa. We say motherland, and I'm not a black nationalist. I'm not an African or Pan Africanist, is what they say. I just know what I know. And in Islam, there's nothing wrong to basically understand and have a acknowledgement about where you come from. You just don't nationalize it, but know where you come from, and know the benefits that Allah placed for you and gave to you, that which you came from, whether it's a tribe or a nation or color of people or race or what have you. Use that for your growth in this world, to be on a level where you're equal with the people that are other than you, and other nationalities, and from other races and other creeds and religions. Okay? We're supposed to have equality, not one is better than the other. Supremacy, and then you got the people who are suppressed. No, this has got to stop. And this is what it is here. And then number two, if you stuck here and you can't leave, like people who are incarcerated, they have no choice but to stay. People who are sick, it's hard for them to move and go anywhere. And there's different situations that people cannot leave, even if they wanted to. But then those people have to gather together, and those who are able and capable gather together, in a sense of, unfortunately, segregation, and segregating and isolating themselves from these people, because these people are a majority in their racist mentality. And they can be in three categories. I could say you got the straight, stringent, extreme racist and supremacist white mentality, and then you have the one who's influenced by it and has no choice but to go along, and they sit there and just watch, and they support them too sometimes, and they're still racist. Then you got the one who doesn't know any better. They were brought up and raised, and it's like, what can I do? but they live off of the privileges, as we know as white privilege, because that's the main race that has the so-called supremacy in this part of the world, as well as other parts of the world, which especially are Europe. But basically, I went a little bit too long. To sum it up, I have videos to follow, which I'm going to try to, and with other solutions and actual resources and ways to start building yourself up and making changes for yourself and trying to, you know, either make a way out of here or make a way that you can structure something that's going to be able to protect you, and you segregate and isolate yourself as like in a communal way, as that being the second solution, and arming yourself and everything as far as protection, not to go and fight, because the fighting is not going to, you're not going to win. These people have gained their power for a reason, and they're not going to give it up without a fight and destroying you and taking you out. And those how many they got to take out until it's suppressed, and then the rest are put into slavery, and that's what they want. So if you're smart, then follow how it's supposed to be. But if you're not, and you're just going with your emotions, and you want to get out there and think you're going to change stuff and fight the change, and what are you fighting for? You don't really have anything here. It's not yours. Nothing here is yours, really. And anything that you might have is not yours to stay with and keep, because they can take it from you with the quickness as they took the lands of the Native Americans. So please get it together, wake up, and know the reality that you're dealing with, and make some changes. Well, anyway, thank you for listening. Um, if you want, please give me thumbs up on this. Um, if you don't want to, that's up to you. If you want to thumb it down, it's on you. But of course, I'm trying to do for good and trying to be beneficial to the people, especially my loved ones and those who watch the video. And my videos have been watched before. And, you know, and if you have never subscribed to me, then click that subscribe button and subscribe, because there's more to come, as much as I can do. So I appreciate your time and listening and watching. And may Allah guide you to Islam, Muslim. If you're not Muslim, if you're Muslim, may Allah continue to guide you, because that's the basis of our life. And have a great day. Protect yourself. Be safe. Stay away from being targeted, especially being a person of color, Black, African American, and what so forth. All right. Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum.